I'm in the corner already. Welcome everybody to Co-op Guild. This is Steve. I'm here with the Co-op Corner segment. So this is our new segment covering cooperative games for the month of May. So I've got lots of fun things to talk about. But first, say hi to all our friends here today. See lots of people in the chat. So I see Gladys Dice. Nice to see you here. Hey, Matt. I see Brian. Candy Stews is here. Welcome, Derek. Compy, hey, how's it going? And Chris had a good suggestion here. Do you keep stats on people's rolls for the boss battle? I don't, but that's a good thing to add. I might need to work on that. See, Greg's here. Pickle's here. Awesome. Brian, nice to see you. Yogi. Lots of friends. Sweet. Hey, Leo, how's it going? You were in the co-op corner. I was in the co-op corner, Chris. That's correct. That is correct. So, okay. Yes, like I said, if you're not familiar, this is our segment covering news for the month of May. If you're a publisher or a designer of a game and you want your game included in this list, no problem, just message me. You can, as simple as emailing me, or you can reach out through Discord. It's a good way. I'm very active on Discord. But yes, we are going to dive into all the fun stuff. Oh, before I start, actually, another thing too. If you like this type of content, there's a source I love using, Shelf Clutter. It does an amazing job on covering this type of stuff. Go check out his channel and content if you're not familiar with him, especially if you want the solo competitive stuff, because I won't necessarily cover that stuff here. I tend to keep it more focused on cooperative stuff, because he does all that stuff. He covers everything, which is pretty amazing. All right, let's do this. Hey, Remy, how's it going? Let's start the fun. So, the first game we have is on GameFound and is currently live. AvGhost Paranormal Investigation, and this is the second edition. This is a game that was launched previously, first edition, and it's come back. And the unique thing about this one is it can be played in the dark, which is pretty cool, actually. So if you look at this picture here, all the miniatures have little LED in the bases, and it will emit light out there as you turn them on. And it's basically a flashlight as you run around this horror scene, trying to complete the objective. So it's a cooperative game. Honestly, it looks cool, but I want to pause here. This is unfortunately going to be what I'm going to call like a red flag situation. This is the second edition. The first edition did not fully deliver to all backers. The publisher, the previous publisher that was controlling it, dropped the ball. Something with the production, I'm not sure all the details, but long story short, it didn't fully deliver. This is a new publisher, so good on them that they want to try to deliver this out to all the new backers, right? So if they fund, the people who backed the first edition will get their copies, hopefully. So they're trying to make amends for that mistake, but just a red flag that did happen in the past. So just be wary when looking at this project. It's not one that I can comfortably recommend. Let's put it that way. So it might be fine, but I'm not sure about that. But like I said, this is like one of the only games I know they can be played in the dark. And they are adding a solo mode to this, which is pretty cool. So if you're previously backed it, you will get the upgrade pack, assuming this thing funds. It has not funded yet. How close are you? Yeah, it's getting there. 15 days left, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, AvGhost. The cooperative game you can play in the dark if you like horror type of adventure type game. The other thing it has an app that you can supplement it to, which has sound effects and other things to set the mood. They're all about like setting this mood in the dark to play this game. That's what it's all about. Has it been determined that this is a new publisher, not the old one with a new name? I have not looked into that, Derek. That's a good question. I'm not sure about that. It is, my understanding, it is a new publisher, but I haven't confirmed that. So, good question. So, but like I said, yeah, red flag on this one. Just be wary. So, I don't have any information to like say don't back it necessarily, but yeah, careful. All right. Starting off, not so positive, unfortunately, because I'm not sure about it, like I said, to something I am very, very excited about, and that is River Rats. So this is launching on May 12th on Kickstarter. So this game, excuse me, geez, I'm dying here a little bit, is a cooperative poker game. Which would be like, wasn't there another game like that recently? There was, called The Gang. I played the game. The game's fun. I enjoy it. River Rats is now I haven't played River Rats yet, but River Rats is what I believe I wanted the game to be. So, read the rulebook on this one. Looks really cool. So, in this, you are trying to outplay two river rats, is what it is, and there's that AI in the game. And then they have their special powers, and what they have is you do a 5-card reveal and 2 cards face down, and each person has their own special ability. So this is the really cool thing I like about this approach to this one. And what you'll be doing is you'll be drawing up to 3 cards, and then you'll be playing 1 card into a collective hand. And when you play the card in hand, it'll stay there, of course. And you have the option of triggering the power of the suit or your player power. And then that they do fun stuff like manipulate the collective hand in different ways. You can add debt in different ways. Because basically what you're trying to do is, if you can win the hand and whatever debt is out there, the bad guy gets, the AI gets, and if they get 5 debt, you will move on to the next river rat. And if you give them 5 debt, then you defeat both river rats and you win the game. So basically, you try and give them 5 debt each before you collectively, as a group, receive 5 debt from losing a hand. And so it's got like the individual player powers sounds really cool, honestly. I'm very interested in this game. So I think, I'm not positive, but I think it can be played with a 52 card deck. You still need all the special rules and stuff about that, so I'm not entirely sure on that. It does sound like it is, but I can't confirm that. I also have something cool about the Jokers too, where you can like gain the Jokers by playing cards in different ways, and Jokers are basically any card you want. Yeah, I think this looks like a lot of fun. I am going to be watching this when it launches. I want to say May 12th, I think it said, so it's coming up real soon. What did I say? I'm looking at my notes again. Sorry, guys. Yeah, May 12th. So, very, very cool. I like what I see for this one. This one is one of them that caught my attention for this month. River Rats. Moving on to the next one to talk about. This one is coming the day after, May... Did I get it right? Yeah. May 13th, and that is Neomorphosis. Morphosis, sorry. Neomorphosis and the Order of Vampire Hunters. This isn't much... This is not as much as a new game. Honestly, it is literally a reprint, is what it comes down to. Not a reprint, a pre-order, I would say. So the one thing about this one is this is a very safe bet, because I know there's a lot of stuff about terrorists I'm not going to go into right now. I'm sure everyone's very familiar with the situation. But this one is cool because they have all the games in the warehouses in the States. So if you're a US backer, the games are in the States. There's no terrorist stuff to worry about. They're just ready to go. When this thing launches, you back it, and then once it finishes, they'll just send your game out to you. So it's going to have the 2 games you can get, but I think the main purpose of this is to get a soundtrack for Neomorphosis. And if you're curious what type of game it is kind of like a variant to like a Zombicide type game. So if you like those types of games, but if you wanted more of a sci-fi setting with alien creatures like that, that is probably something to look into. So it's got some differences to that, but I'm just saying that it has the feel of that type of game. And Vampire Hunters, I think we've talked about in the past. I don't have a whole lot of information on it now because I think I was focusing on Neomorphosis. I cannot say that word at all for this one. So, but like I said, this is very much a safe bet if you want to back a game, because like I said, it's all ready to go. So that is coming out May 13th. May 13th. Okay, next game to talk about is Titan Zero. This game I've talked about in the past because I thought it was launching earlier. It didn't, but it is launching now. It's coming this month finally. So May 13th launch date for this one. I did play a previous version of this, and I was looking at the rulebook, and it has changed quite a bit since I last played it. It's a cool game, at least when I originally played it. You are taking on these titans, right? You're defending the world from these massive titans. It tramples around the world, destroying stuff. The cool thing about this one is you're going to be rolling all these dice, and all the dice get assigned to different actions the boss will do, the titan will do. And then everyone's job at the table is to steal one dice from them. So you steal one dice from them, and then you'll be using that to trigger your abilities and powers and all that fun stuff, or things on the board as well. And the remainder of the dice that are in front of the Titan will trigger all its activations and run around the board, do bad stuff. So it's kind of cool that you see what the boss is going to do, and it's your job to try to balance between, ooh, what dice do I want, and what is the boss going to do with the dice that I leave. Very cool approach that way. It also adds a bag building situation as well. So when you do damage, you're going to be, every character, the Titan, and you have a bag to manage, and you'll be drawing tokens from this bag. Some of them might give you a one-time boost, might be a one-time damage, might be a persistent damage, all that fun stuff. So that's going to lead towards the conclusion of the game. So your job is to do, I believe, 6 damage to the boss before 3 heroes die in this one. And you can switch out heroes as you play through the game. You can retire them and stuff like that. So, like bag building, if you like the stealing die idea, if you want something that's I'd probably consider this like a crisis management type game, this is one to look into. So, oh yeah, Glass Dice. You have OG Vampire Hunters, pretty solid. That's cool. I don't know. I am not a big horror fan, guys. You guys probably know this from me by now if you watch this channel. So I need to dig more horror games because there's so many of them out there, and I get confused which one's which at times. So hey, Raphael, how's it going? So that is Titan Zero coming to Kickstarter May 13th. I lied. Coming to GameFound May 13th. Sorry, guys. My bad. Okay, let's keep going. The next game we're talking about is... Oh, I didn't pull it up. Is Bonesway. I always keep saying Bonesaw. Luminis Ridge is what it is. So, 1 second here, guys. Let me fix that real fast. But this one, like it says, coming May 13th. And there it is. Now I got pulled up. Sweet. Okay. So this is a kind of a cyberpunk campaign adventure game is how I would describe it. So fully co-op, of course. And in this one, it's going to be your campaign game where you explore things. But the interesting about this one is you're going to have NPCs to interact with, and what's being described as these spatial puzzles to solve in the game. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I need to sit down and actually play it. But those are the unique elements to it, and you're going to have an NPC book next to you and this adventure book. So as you encounter, hey, I might say, go look at adventure 32, you open the book and see what it says, do what it says. Or, hey, here you ran to NPC 12, go look in the book and say, hey, what do you want to ask him? How do you want to respond to them? And it has a whole interaction flow from that as well. So if you're looking for like, oh, and the other thing is the game is played in a book, which I always love to see. So big plus there. So yeah, if you like cyberpunk and like those types of things, NPC looking at books and stuff like that, might be worth checking this one out. This one's coming out May 15th. That's how it works. So yeah, Bonesaw is ready. I know. I whenever I see this one, I'm sorry, I cannot get that out of my head. Bonesaw had you for 3 minutes. You guys know that reference. So the game box is 60 to 90 minutes. Yeah. Don't think you read the rule book. So yeah, 3 minutes of play. Yeah, 6 minutes of play. 3 minutes of playtime. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, 3 minutes of playtime exactly. Okay, so that is Bonesway, not Bonesaw, and it is on GameFound. Okay, let's keep going to the next one in the list. Where's my stuff? I'm getting all mixed up here. Here we go. Oh, this is a very different game. Something quite a bit different. Also on May 15th. It is The Long Hours. So I'm gonna call this as a board game. I can see the argument that it is not a board game. I don't know how to classify this one. I also don't know exactly how it plays. It is very interesting. This is a board game with no moving parts. It is literally a LED board. And what you'll be doing is you're gonna be pushing these buttons, these commands down there. It's a horror survival game, and you'd be like, hey, I want to move west or whatever, and the LEDs would tell you like where your character is on the board in front of you, and like the red dots will show you like, hey, that's a zombie, and like the brightness of it tell you like how many zombies are there. And maybe you run to a door and you have to pick the lock or something, and it has all sorts of like voiceovers and sound effects and stuff like that. Like I said, it's listed as, it's described as a board game. I'm going to call it like that as well, but I can see the argument maybe it's not. So yeah, Los Spokies, the board game. I don't know. It's just the breadboard game. Yeah, it seems like it's the breadboard game. So yeah, something very, very different. Very different. I guess this is one you can't house rule either. So yeah, handheld football, the horror football game. Yeah, yeah, Blast from Past for sure. It is definitely inspired by those types of games, Gladys Dice for sure, for sure. I would say it is a game in a board. Yeah, yeah. So so hey Zimba, how's it going? Nice to see you here. So yeah. So yeah, that is the I like it. I don't have a lot of information on it. Watch the video. It shows you all the sound effects, kind of how the thing plays and everything. You get a feel for it. But yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of an interesting concept. Yeah, very, very different. So okay, moving along. Next thing we have is Trouble on the Tempus. So this is another one that caught my eye for coming up this month. This one I'm very interested in. This is a sci-fi survival game. So you are on a spaceship and something's gonna go wrong. It's gonna blow up. And so you're trying to gather resources, trying to maintain the ship, and at some point, most likely, it's going to go catastrophic, and everyone's gonna die. However, this ship has something special on it. It has a time machine on it. So basically what you're going to do is you're like, oh crap, just kidding, hit the time reset button. You go back in time and you're going to play through that section again. But this time you know what's going to happen. However, every time you hit that reset time button, a paradox happens. So it throws like a wrench in your plan as you go back through time to try to see what happens. I don't know, something about that concept sounds really cool. Like, hey, I know it's coming. I can plan for it, kind of, and try to survive. So, I don't know, it's combining surviving on a ship and time travel. Yep, got me in. Definitely something that interests me for sure. So, yeah, you want to play this too? Yeah, I reached out to them, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm not counting my chickens, but I did reach out to the publisher on this one, see if that's something I can help cover, because I'm definitely interested in it. Cool premise. So, like I said, this is one of the ones that jumped out at me. That's Trouble on the Tempus, and this is coming to Kickstarter. What did I say, the 27th? Let me double check my notes. Yes, the 27th. So, okay, we have another one to talk about. Speaking of space, this one has been a long time coming. People who are been with this channel for a while now. This is no secret. That Phantom Division was one that I think a lot of us were looking forward to. It is finally coming to Kickstarter, May 27th. So this is the sci-fi reimplementation. That's what I'm looking for. Reimplementation of SEAL Team Flix. SEAL Team Flix, I absolutely enjoy. I still have it actually. It's such a unique game, such a unique concept. I went through the rulebook of this one. This one looks great. I'm very excited for what I saw here. But this one, if you're not familiar with SEAL Team Flix, it is a cooperative dexterity game. Actually, there's nothing else I can show on this page. I should grab a different link. I apologize, people. I should grab a different link to show you more about the game. But this one is going to have, let's say change it. There was originally going to have neoprene mats, and then you actually add walls on these different mats, 3D walls. And the walls are important because this, like it says, the dexterity game. So you actually flick your disc. You can flick around the corners to like run around, of course. You have 2 actions each turn and any number of free actions. and you have weapons, and the weapons are cool because weapons will give you different size discs or different number of discs, and you can bounce them off walls and like go like try to hit around cover, try and knock into bad guys and take them out. I am the worst at dexterity, absolutely the worst. But I love playing the game; it's really fun. And this one continues what SEAL Team Flicks had, which has mini games, which I think is really cool. So you come up to a locked door, and now there's a keypad on. Now you have to figure out the combination lock, and that's a mini game. Also dexterity, putting tokens on there, trying to flick them off, all sorts of fun stuff. Diffusing bombs on there. If your comrade goes down, you have to revive them. That's another mini game, trying to like bring back to life by flicking. Which I'm sorry if somebody's playing with me and they go down, they probably won't be coming back because, like I said, I'm really bad dexterity, but it's so much fun. It also has cameras, and the enemies, they attack you with dice, of course, and they actually have planned patrols movement as well. So they'll be moving around the board, facing different ways. There's cover. Some of the cover is destructible, searchable, indestructible, all that fun stuff. Yeah, it's a really, really cool game. If you're looking for something very different. So like SEAL Team was like that as well, where they can sneak around. I think this can have a little bit of stealth aspect to it as well. I don't know if I'd call it a stealth game necessarily. More of a like infiltration game, I would say. It's probably a good way of saying it. Yeah, how would the box be as enormous as SEAL Team Flex? I don't know. Oh, one thing different about this than SEAL Team. This has procedurally generated missions, which I was really excited and happy to see. Because in SEAL Team, it's kind of like, grab your stuff, you level up your character, that's really fun, but you kind of play through the scenarios as they're set. This one, you will have different goals, and I can't remember all the other stuff, different objectives that will pop up. That will kind of, and the setup's a little bit different too, which is similar to SEAL Team. So I did reach out to the publisher on this one, and I maybe be previewing this one, we'll see. Stealth time, yep, not. Well, like I said, it's a dexterity game, so I don't know how you feel. I mean, that is primarily what it is. So you lost me at dexterity, so close. Yeah, it's very different, very different. I'll be over repeating. Must not back more games with chess. No problem, chess. yeah. So this one it's a cool one. Like I said, the mini games stood out to me for this. I believe I have an old video of Mike from What's Up Co-op Shop and I playing SEAL Team Flicks together, and we are both horrible at this game. Horrible. It was so bad that I was running a sniper in that game. Couldn't hit the target like right next door, and had to use I can't remember what it was, but exactly, I couldn't hit some easy target, and Mike had to come through with a shotgun and hit a guy like three spaces away. It was really funny. So. Yeah, the one with Cthulhu Doesn't Die, we lost in season one typically, yeah. Did you discuss Tyrant yet? I do not have Tyrant on my list, Zimbo. I do not, unfortunately. So, if it has co-op, I missed it. If it doesn't have co-op, then I might just skipped over it. So, apologize for that. Okay. Let's see. So, yeah, this one I'm very interested in, of course. I like what's on the rulebook. Looks like a really fun game. So... the last thing to talk about is coming in May sometime. I'm not sure when, but Dawn of Madness is coming back. Massive horror game, story-driven campaign game is coming with the complete collection you see here. So if you missed anything, you want to get in on Dawn of Madness, it's coming to GameFound sometime in May. Not sure when. So, but yeah, I think we've talked about this one in the past. A lot of people like this one. So not very much a not Steve game, but I think a lot of people, like I said, enjoy the horror campaign. So that, my friends, is what I have to cover for this month Co-op Corner. So let me double check, make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat there. So oh, it's a serious story game for sure. That's cool. That's cool. Yes, there's a new Aeon's End that's on GameFound, Raphael. I didn't talk about this one because I mentioned it last time, but I'm glad you mentioned it because it fell on like the very last day of April and it's running to May, so I didn't know if I want to talk about it again. I decided not to, but yes, there's another Aeon's End that's live now. I believe it's on Kickstarter. Correct me if I'm wrong, Raphael. But if you're not familiar with Aeon's End, it is a cooperative deck builder with a cool element of you don't shuffle your deck. So when you discard cards, you discard them in special order, specific order you're choosing for the most part. And then when you flip back over and you draw back up. So the cool thing is you can set up combos in the future. And that's all about defeating bosses. And you have your mages, and you have to prep spells um, into, oh my gosh, portals. I can't think of the name of them on top of my head. But yeah, so honestly, a co-op deck builder with a cool non-shuffling mechanic. I think most people probably, especially watching this, know what Aeon's End is. But yeah, easy back if you like that stuff. I already read about the Dawn of Madness all in pledge. Is that the same thing? Yeah, probably. So, Game Found. Thank you, Raphael. It's on Game Found. Appreciate it. That's Aeon's End. So, if only you knew someone playing it now. Yeah, exactly. Dawn of Madness. Yeah. Derek is all about that stuff for sure. Breaches. Thank you, chat. Breaches. It's like, portal's not the right word. Something like that. Breach is the word, Beerman. You are correct. So. Yeah, that's a good question. So, were the Dawn of Madness expansions all delivered yet? I thought only the core game was delivered. No. This is the new campaign will help get Wave 2 to everyone. Exactly. Yep, that's a good question and answer. Thank you, Derek, for that. So, okay. I think I see it. Soldier Breaches. Nice pickle. Nice. Okay, I think I covered everything. Yep, cool. All right, like I said, try to keep these videos a little shorter and sweeter on that side of things. If you have any questions, anything you saw, drop a comment in the YouTube chat. I'll do my best to answer them. Of course, if you're looking for information on this stuff, I have links in the video description. Go there, follow the links, say remind me for anything you want to check out. And like I said, if you're a publisher or designer and you want your game mentioned in the stuff, no big deal. Reach out to me on email or Discord, and we'll get you added to whatever month you decide to release your game in. So, I am new to the board game community, but I got worried about CMON news. Don't know if you commented about it, but do you think that the company will go under and we will no longer have games like United? Okay, so yeah, it's a good question, Leo. I had a discussion with another designer. I'll leave the names anonymous for now. Basically, they said that they do not recommend backing any CMON games in the foreseeable future. And this is before the announcement that they were going to deliver stuff and not make new games until they start finishing the projects now. So yeah. It's a complex answer. Yeah, it's going to be a complex answer. Exactly. So I think they're just going to focus on getting the games delivered now. That's what comes down to it. After that process, I think it's about the time to then evaluate where they are financially. That's the point. But until then, I'm not prepared to make any proclamations. I'm not worried yet on that front. I just hope that they have, because oftentimes you can get a situation where you kind of rob Peter to pay Paul type situation, where oh yeah, we have all these additional stuff, how to get funds. Well, let's launch a new campaign to help pay for the previous one. And after you keep doing that, it kind of can build up, right? So you think CMON will deliver everything owed to backers? They've been very consistent so far. If they don't, this will be new for them. Let me put it that way. So I feel like if I was betting man, I would bet yes, but I don't have information to confirm that. So, but yeah, I think DC United is gonna be fine, and yeah, Cthulhu Death May Die as well. So some of that stuff has already been in the process. Yeah, and most likely US backers have to pay more for sure. So, the most recent news I saw mentioned their attempt to sell some intellectual property for 11 mil fell through. Made me wonder what all intellectual properties they're trying to sell. Don't know about that, Chris. I've not seen the news. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious what it would be they would be trying to sell. So I wouldn't hate United going to Spin Master retail releases. Okay, speaking of United, because we're big United fans here, I would have loved, don't get me wrong, CMON did a great job with all launching United, all that fun stuff. But I would have loved if United was a regular retail release game instead of a crowdfunding game. That was kind of what Eric Lang's original intention was when proposing the idea, was to have small box regular expansions coming out. We preach because honestly, each individual expansion itself is fairly cheap, like $20, right? Whatever it is, it'd be easy. You can do character packs, all that fun stuff. But jumping all into a game like that winds up being a lot at one time. But yeah, they have some challenges. They've made moves. I feel like they're addressing. Yeah, I feel the same way, Raphael. Yeah, for sure. I personally would be surprised if they don't deliver everything. None of those campaigns were low numbers. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too, Gladys. Similar situation. I think it's gonna be fine. We'll have to see what they have left after that. So they might have to build back up. So who knows? Let's see. United being retail would help me so much. I live in Brazil and it's very hard to get Kickstarter exclusive stuff. Yes, Leo. Yeah. Though each purchase is more expensive individually, so you would pay more over the long haul. But like you said, I think it's my opinion. I think that's a nicer approach, and it's easier to, in my opinion, to budget like $20 a month as opposed to like $200 in 1 month. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's a bit, nicer in the wallet. So, is there any point to Dungeons Shadow Reach if you have all-in pledge of Hellscape? I don't know. I don't know the nuances of that one. Sorry. So that game you're talking about, if I remember correctly, is Darkness. Crap. What's it called? CMON game. What's the game called? Oh gosh. Massive Darkness. There you go. It was coming to me. So Massive Darkness, and those are the latest expansions for that one. So I'm not familiar with that, unfortunately. So yeah, see, Derek came in. He knew. You guys helped me out so much here. So all right, cool. That's all I got for today. Like I said, I don't see any other questions here. Oh, here's a question. Gladys says, I would say no. I have 19 bucks of Massive Darkness 1 and 2. It's more than I'll ever play. That's a massive, the title's very apt. It's a massive game for sure. Shadow Reach is an expansion aside from Hellscape, so it's additional content. There you go. That's probably the answer. Depends on how much you actually want, though. So, okay, cool. That, my friends, is it. Rest of this week, I don't know if we're gonna do a chat this weekend. It is a holiday, so if we're available, we'll get it happening. Other than that, I have some content I'm working on behind the scenes that for previews coming up, but I don't think there are necessarily any videos I have planned to drop this week. I can try to drop a video or two though. We'll see what happens. So, but yeah, talk about news on Co-op Guild side. I guess I can mention that real quick. So there's a lot of stuff coming up in the works for coverage. We have Maladum, Oblivion's Maw. That's an expansion from Maladum. I'll be covering that soon. I'm thinking next week Wednesday I'll cover that one. So you can see what gets added to Maladum. It's one of those dungeon crawlers that we actually really enjoy. That's coming to the channel. I recently did get Company of Heroes. I plan to do coverage on that one. I'm thinking I'm going to do a jump start for that, so a quick instructional video of that one, so you guys can see kind of how it plays. That'll be focusing specifically on the solo co-op play of that. I had finally got the content for Ashes Reborn, so I might do some more plays of the Moon Cove expansion for that one. And then the Superhero Squad, High School Squad, I think it's called. That game came. I covered that as well. And the other one, which will eventually be coming, I don't know when exactly, I gotta make time for it, is Stars of Karios. The new stuff came for that one, so I gotta cover that as well. So, yeah, happy Mother's Day, Kim, exactly. Yeah, so I'll be doing a lot of Mother's Day stuff this weekend, so I'll be with Kim and our moms as well, so it's gonna be a busy weekend, so. Our keys, will you do a playthrough of that eventually? Probably not, Zimbo. Probably not. I don't have access to that, and I don't know anybody locally that has it either. So, unfortunately not. So, cool. Okay. Like I said, that's all I got for this week. We'll be back next week with most likely, we'll do a Marvel United on Monday, and likely do Maladum on Wednesday. So, we'll see what else comes down the top pipe. So, cool. Oh, you do, sir. I didn't know you had it. I didn't know you had Arceus. So, okay. So, maybe we'll figure something out, Zimbo. So, if not, go watch Derek's channel. He does better work anyway. Candy Studio. So, okay, guys. Friends, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time at the guild. Bye-bye.